2017 40th anniversary Barr's Fiddle Shop Galax edition guitar. There you go. There's a big bright light right in the middle of that stuff. There you go. Unbelievable guitars, especially for the money. Crazy town. This is insane. I am so glad I bought this guitar before I set my mind on saving a bunch of money to buy a 28 style guitar from a bigger company. So happy. This thing is a Sparkle Factory. You can hear the action's real low, and normally I am an enemy of low action, but it's the way it came. I haven't touched it setup wise. It's got light strings on it. They're elixirs. There are all kinds of things wrong with this guitar, but man, it sounds amazing anyway. Probably all I would do for starters is put some medium lights on it, because I don't want to put it through a huge change of being a new piece of timber, but a little more tension, a little fatter strings, and that will lift my action up a little bit and maybe solve everything. So here's a story. I went up there with my dad, and he had told me about these guitars, and there were 3 of them hanging on the wall. They made 40, I thought, 40 for the 40th anniversary of Barr's Fiddle Shop, but when I got there it said just 36. There were only 3 in the shop at the time. I tried 3. This is the first one I tried, and I knew it would be the one that I wound up getting. And it was. The other 2 were louder, different strengths. Some had more mid-range than this one, and one in particular had more mid-range. One was probably the most balanced. This one's probably the shimmeriest of them all. And not the loudest by any means, but it's still pretty darn loud, especially considering how low the action is and that they're light strings. And it just had the most classic rosewood thing that I wanted. This that clear, shimmering, shiny, but still fast bass response, piano-like, especially on the wound strings sound. The sound could be a lot more complex, but the plastic on these strings is killing a lot of the overtones. I can hear that immediately. And still for it to carry like that and sparkle the way it does is amazing. So you can definitely see where they save their money on these guitars. They call this rosewood. I guess. I mean, like, it's all curly, which looks cool, but I mean, that doesn't look like any rosewood I've ever seen. The sides look more classically rosewood. You can also see it kind of looks like a guitar you built yourself, where you kind of slacked off on the last few hits of finish and sanding and finish and sanding and finish and sanding. So it kind of has a handmade feel to it. The neck is a little bit sticky, like you just kind of true oiled it or whatever. And you know what? If that's what keeps this from being a $1,500 or $2,000 instrument or more, then that's fine with me. They got all the right stuff. Bone saddle, bone nut. You can also see the headstock. This is not in the category of the right stuff, but the cheap stuff. Yeah, you can see right there where it stops, and then it starts a new piece of wood. But you know, plenty of much more expensive guitars have been made that way too. Jesus, who cares? Listen to this thing. That ain't right. There we go. Awesome. Blueridge Guitars, whoever your luthiers are, handmade, whoever's doing this for Barr's Fiddle Shop, good Lord, keep doing it. This is amazing. I am flipping floored. And I got to tell you, I got this with this wonderful bump top hard shell case. You know, I'm going to show, you know what? I'm going to show it to you. Here it comes. I got all this ish for $599. And here's the cool part. There you go. There's a case. And I got to meet the fellow John working up there who was a road manager for Danny Gatton. I saw elves burned them, I'm sure, so maybe by hand, I don't know. But I saw handwritten on burned CDs of late night conversations with Danny Gatton and heard stories about them. I mean, Danny Gatton and Lil George and all that stuff. It was crazy. So anyway, if you're anywhere in this area or even South Carolina, West Virginia, I don't care. Go to Barr's Fiddle Shop and try and get one of these while you can. Maybe they'll do another run, but they'll never do another first run because that's how a first run works. There's only one of them. And God, I'm stupid over this thing. I can't talk. I can hardly play.